Welcome back to Teachings on Life. I am back from Brazil. The last talk was from my university in Brazil, and I began a discussion about the four primal energies, the four primal instincts. And I talked from there about the first and biggest. Sometimes I even say one plus three because the other three are related to the first one. And we talked about the fact that the first one is the instinct to survive, the survival instinct, the that energy that drives us to survive. That gets us to the surface when we're drowning in water. Really, that instinct fuels fear of non-existence, fear of death, fear of no longer surviving. And so it drives us. This is primal. The second, which is almost indented, that issue of survival creates this amazing amount of stress in our life, which we talked about. We make our bosses issues of survival. We live in chronic stress. And one of the big areas that it affects is food. So food is the second primal instinct. The first one is the most important, but food. We need to eat to survive. We are driven to eat. Think about how much time we spend on food, preparing, buying, preparing, eating, cleaning up, 3 times a day. This dominates a huge part of our life. And this need for harmony in food, this need for balance, it gets out of balance. Why does it get out of balance? Primarily from that first primal instinct. Stress, survival issues. We make everything way too important. We raise it to the level of survival, and then what happens? It affects our diet. We seek comfort food. We go for the heavy carbs and the sugars and anything. I use an example. An example is that you're going to buy a used car. You start out very logically. You're going to get a car in this price range with this many miles, this gas mileage. We list all the things we're looking for in a car. And then we go out. This is a little bit old fashioned now. You go online, but the point is that you would go out to a used car lot, and what would you find out? That the perfect car is not there. It's not there. There's one that's good, but it's green instead of blue, or whatever. And you go to another car lot, and you go to a third car lot, and by now you're mentally and emotionally fatigued. You buy the first blue car on the lot, and you go and get ice cream. Your reward, you want to soothe that mental fatigue. You want to give yourself a gift. You think it will make you feel better. Perhaps it does in the short term, but boy, the long-term consequences, they add up. They add up. Dealing with food, coming to terms with food, handling this primal instinct is a challenge. This is why food is a huge issue in all religious teachings. Whether it's controlling your diet or fasting, fasting is an amazing way of taking control over this primal instinct of food. Eating to live instead of living to eat. This, in another video, I will talk about fasting. Look at your relationship with food. It is primarily, almost always linked to the first one. What is the stress causing you to eat the way you eat and when you eat? What is driving it? Take a look at that. Listen to that. It's the first step, trying to take control of that. I have some other techniques. We'll get to the 3-day donut theory or ways to work with food. In the meantime, just witness your relationship with it. Let's start to figure out how to change that relationship if it needs changing. Have a great day. Enjoy your food today. Blessings to all.